Snow days are piling up, the kids are getting cabin fever, and parents are pulling out their hair.
Oh, yeah. At this rate, students will still be in class in July. Investigator Ryan Kath digs in to see if today's kids are getting out of school easier than the previous generations.
Well, Elizabeth, I went to school in Minnesota, and my old school district in the Twin Cities has had just 2 snow days in the last decade. So, yes, this seems like a lot of snow days to me. But when my wife, who's from Mississippi, started asking what the deal was, well, I thought it was worth looking into.
Whoa, you okay?
It's the morning after the blizzard of 2011 in Overland Park.
So I may pull that art up.
And that means Megan Neer is juggling one full-time job with another. Zachary and Natalie are out of school for yet another snow day. And Mom is bribing them with video games while she multitasks from her basement office.
Sometimes I have shut myself in the bathroom because I'm trying to take a call real quickly and I don't have time to say,
You're really trying to hit her when she was ducking.
Lately, it seems like kids have been spending more time at home than they have in the classroom. And Megan can't help but wonder if it was the same when she was in the Shawnee Mission District.
the thing that has been interesting to me is we'll have a couple snow days in a row and then I'll think we're for sure going back, on the 3rd or 4th day, and they'll call another day.
Sure enough, most Kansas City area districts pulled the plug for 3 straight days last week.
A lot of our side streets and neighborhoods are still absolutely horrible.
Including Independent Superintendent Jim Henson.
I do hear from more people now than I did a number of years ago about whether we have school or not.
Henson says more students are driving these days and more staff members are commuting from longer distances.
When I started as superintendent, this didn't exist.
Technology also makes it easier to track an approaching storm or immediately hear about safety concerns like when this school bus slid off the road in Lee's Summit last week. But Henson is skeptical of fear of litigation has softened the snow day criteria.
I really don't know that we see more snow days on an average than we saw, 10, 15 years ago.
We decided to do some digging and analyze snow day stats kept by the state of Missouri. Comparing the past 2 decades, we found an increase at almost every school in Jackson, Clay, and Cass counties. For instance, Kansas City schools had just 20 snow days in the 90s, but that number jumped to 55 the next decade. And up in Liberty, the district recorded a huge 313% increase. Across the state line, Kansas doesn't keep the same stats, but numbers provided by the Shawnee Mission District also showed a rising snow day trend.
We have another winter storm heading our way.
We took the data to Gary Lezak, who told us snowfall totals in each decade don't explain the increase.
Even though there may be a little bit more in the 2000s than the 1990s, it's about the same. So really something else is going on.
Gary says it could be anything from round-the-clock forecasts to the explosion of social media.
Will there be enough snow for school closings? It depends on where you live.
He's noticed a change in how quickly people react to winter weather.
I think we're softer on the kids a little bit, but I think most importantly it's that information highway where superintendents find out about what is going on instantly.
My school bell.
Definitely a difference from when Dr. Orvin Plucker was calling the shots. During his 24-year tenure in KCK, the superintendent developed quite a reputation, one that still sticks with him when he bumps into former students.
And they'll comment, oh, well, you're the superintendent of schools, would never let us get out of school on a bad day.
And on a day last week when most kids stayed home because of the cold, we put the 88-year-old on the spot.
Do you have school or don't you?
Today? Well, it doesn't look bad to me.
So kids, maybe adults are telling you the truth when they tell you they used to walk uphill to school both ways in the blinding snow.
And we didn't even factor in this year to our research. Take a look at some of the largest districts in our area and how many snow days they've had so far this year. Kansas City and Lee's Summit each have 9 days. Independence has 8, and Shawnee Mission has 6 days. On the web, you can also look at other districts around the metro area going back to 1990 to see how snow days have increased over the years. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. You can send me an email or send me a message on Twitter or Facebook. We've already had a lot of great comments. We read some of your comments during the 6 o'clock news tonight. Gary, seems like people have kind of reached their max this year with snow days. On our web poll, 65% of people thought snow days were, or school districts were calling too many snow days, but it sounds like you might have just a little bit of good news on the way for us.
Yeah, we do have some warmer days ahead, so that is good news. Unfortunately, we have about a month and a half to 2 months left of the snow season. Great job, Ryan. We'll just have to see what happens down the road. I still think it comes down to instant feedback that the superintendents get. They get it like right away.
Well, even just the cold days where the kids, it's too cold to stand at the bus stop when it's, 0 degrees at 7:30 in the morning. It's been something this year.
I know.
We walked. Didn't matter what. We walked.
I know. As Ryan said, up in the school district that he grew up, 2 snow days in the last 10 years.
Chicago, they had their first one since the 90s. I heard something like that recently.
Oh, and when we were kids, my mom was home no matter what. Yeah. Today, parents, a lot of moms are working too, and dads, so it's hard.
Major impact.